Join me for this forensics of a cheese disaster. I am flipping the cheese here, which I just made. It had been pressed on low press for about 30 minutes and immediately noticed that the cheesecloth was not coming off. And I don't mean a little sticky, I mean super glued. And I couldn't figure out why, but it made me reflect on the make of that day. I had noticed that the whey had a lot of fines in it, a lot of little particulate, and it looked more white than yellowish, which made me think that the cheese had been fractured. I ultimately decided not to try to take the cheesecloth off, that maybe with some more robust squeezing or pressuring that the curds might still knit. You can see here it wasn't even close, but it gets worse, folks. Stick around for what happens next. I put the cheesecloth back in, and this was what happened the next day. This is after overnight pressing, flipping several times without removing the cheesecloth. I feel like there should be a drum roll here. What we're going to see is that when I take the cheese out, it looks like, yay, maybe it's not so bad. But in fact, the cheesecloth is still sticking to it. And when I taste the little piece the chunk that came off, it's super squeaky on my teeth. Take a look here. You can see the chunk that has fallen off. I'm hoping it's just that corner of the cheese, but my hopes are about to be dashed in a big way. I also should have recognized that the yield for this cheese when I put it in the press seemed unusually low. Uh-oh. Look at here. When I gently try to remove the cheesecloth, I can see fissures opening up in the cheese, indicating that it might not be annealed or knitted together at all. After researching it, I read, try to put it in the saltwater brine, and that might help the curd release from the cheesecloth. So I did do that. I put a light press on it so that the entire cheese would be submerged. And I tested it after about 10 or 15 minutes. Still wasn't good. So this is coming back after at least an hour in there. And again, now I feel like there should be a drum roll here to see if it was going to release. So I took the cheese out and started to try to release. Now my brine was at 55 degrees, which is what I keep it at. So it was cold. And initially when I started to remove the cheesecloth, I thought, oh, maybe that helped. But it really didn't help. In fact, what it started to reveal as I started to unfold my cheesecloth was that it was even worse than what I thought. The squeaky whey was still squeaky. It did not release from the cheesecloth. It broke apart. It wasn't just the curd sticking to the cheesecloth that was breaking apart. Check it out. I've never seen anything like this. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I don't think a single chunky curd stuck together. This is a total disaster. I mean, it's practically Parmesan already shredded. Maybe this is how they make it. I don't know. No. I know what caused this. It was an overcook. In a transposition error, I cooked this cheese way too hot and also too long, but mostly too hot. That caused the cheese to fracture and not anneal with each other. I may make a video after a while on that cook, but really, this is a disaster. No Parmesan here. Goodbye, Parmesan.